Hello, my friend. Welcome to Daily English Whisper. My name is Max, and I'm really happy you are here with me today. Take a slow breath for a moment. Maybe you are sitting somewhere quiet. Maybe you are walking outside. Maybe you are cooking, cleaning, or traveling on a bus or train. Wherever you are, this moment can become a small step in your English journey. Today we are going to explore something very practical and very real. The title of this episode is Everyday English Activities Listening and Shadowing for Real-Life Fluency. And our goal today is simple. We will learn how to use normal daily activities to improve your English listening and speaking. Not special study time, not complicated lessons, just real life. Because the truth is something many learners discover too late. English grows best inside your real day, not only inside a textbook. Maybe you know this feeling. You watch a video in English and you understand some parts. But when you try to speak, your mind suddenly becomes very quiet. Or maybe you think, I want to practice English, but I'm too busy. Or sometimes you tell yourself, I don't live in an English-speaking country, so it's very hard for me. If you feel this way, I want you to know something important. You are not doing anything wrong. These feelings are very common for people learning a new language. Most learners have busy lives. Work, school, family, responsibilities, errands, long days, and when the day finishes, you may feel tired. Studying for hours is not always possible. But here is the good news. You do not need long study sessions to improve your English. You need something else. You need small, consistent contact with English. Little moments, simple actions, repeated again and again. Many people believe a myth about language learning. They think they must first study a lot of grammar before they can speak naturally. But in reality, speaking grows through practice and exposure, not only through study. Another myth is that you need a perfect environment to improve. Maybe you imagine living in London, New York, or Toronto. But the truth is, many people around the world improve their English without leaving their country. How? They bring English into their daily routine. They listen while they walk. They repeat sentences while they cook. They think small thoughts in English during normal moments. English slowly becomes part of their life. Not something separate, not something stressful, just another language they meet every day. And this is the central idea for our episode today. Your daily activities can become powerful English practice. The moment you wake up, the moment you brush your teeth, the moment you prepare breakfast. All these small parts of your day can help your brain become more comfortable with English. And when we combine daily activities with listening and shadowing, something very interesting begins to happen. Your ears start recognizing common patterns. Your mouth begins to repeat natural sentences. And slowly, almost quietly, your confidence begins to grow. You may not notice the change immediately, but after many small days of practice, you suddenly realize something surprising. English does not feel so far away anymore. It feels closer, more familiar, more possible. So today, during this episode of Daily English Whisper, I will guide you through a simple approach. We will talk about everyday activities. We will practice listening. And sometimes I will invite you to repeat short sentences with me. You don't have to be perfect. You don't need to understand every word. Just listen calmly. Repeat when you can, and allow English to enter your day little by little. Because fluency is not built in one big moment. It grows through many small moments, repeated over time. And today, we begin with one of those moments together. Now let me ask you a simple question. Have you ever heard the word shadowing before? Maybe you have seen it in language videos. Maybe someone told you about it. Or maybe this is the first time you hear this word. Shadowing is one of the most effective techniques for improving listening and speaking at the same time. And the beautiful thing is that it is very simple. Shadowing means you listen to a sentence and repeat it aloud almost immediately after you hear it. You follow the speaker like a shadow follows a person walking in the sun. The voice moves first. Then your voice follows. You don't wait for perfection. You simply follow the rhythm and the sounds. When you practice shadowing, three important things happen together. First, your ears learn to recognize English sounds more easily. Second, your brain begins to understand the natural structure of sentences. And third, your mouth practices producing the language. This combination is very powerful for learners who want to speak more naturally. Many students study English for years, but they mostly read or study grammar. Their brain understands English, but their mouth is not trained to produce it. Shadowing helps connect these two parts. Your listening and your speaking begin to work together. Now let's try a very small shadowing exercise together. Just relax and listen first. Here is the sentence. Small practice every day creates real progress. Now repeat after me slowly. Small practice every day creates real progress. Very nice. Let's try another one. Listen carefully. My daily routine can help my English grow. Now repeat it with me. My daily routine can help my English grow. Excellent. Notice something important. You don't need to repeat perfectly. Your pronunciation does not need to be perfect. Your goal is simply to move your mouth with English sounds. Over time, this creates a kind of muscle memory. Your mouth becomes more comfortable forming English words. Your brain becomes more relaxed when hearing the language. And speaking starts to feel more natural. Now, let me give you a simple way to practice shadowing in your daily life. First, listen to a short sentence. Second, pause if you need. Third, repeat the sentence aloud. You can repeat it once or twice. Then move to the next sentence. That's it. You don't need long study sessions. You can do this while doing other activities, while making tea, while folding clothes, while watering plants, while organizing your backpack. Little by little, these small moments become powerful practice. And here is something very important I want you to remember. You do not need to understand every single word to benefit from shadowing. Your brain is learning patterns even when your understanding is not perfect. Think about how children learn language. They listen again and again. They repeat sounds. They imitate voices. And slowly the language becomes natural. You can use the same principle. Let's do one more short shadowing line together. Listen first. I improve my English step by step. Now repeat after me. I improve my English step by step. Good. And again, a little slower. I improve my English step by step. Beautiful. This kind of repetition may feel simple, but simple practice, repeated every day, creates strong results. So today we will connect this shadowing method with something you already do every day, your daily activities, because your routine is full of small moments, moments that are perfect for listening, moments that are perfect for repeating, moments that can quietly transform your English. And once you see your routine in this new way, practicing English becomes much easier. It becomes part of your life. Now, let's talk about the main question of today's episode. How can you really practice English through your everyday activities? This is where many learners feel stuck. They say things like this: I want to improve, but I don't have enough time. I listen to English sometimes, but I forget to practice. I'm afraid of speaking, even when the sentence is simple. I start, but I'm not consistent. Maybe one of these sounds like your situation. And if it does, I want to tell you something very clearly. You do not need a perfect plan. You do not need a perfect level. And you do not need perfect motivation every day. You only need a simple way to begin. That is the heart of this episode. We are not building a difficult study system. We are building a real-life English habit. A habit that can live inside your normal day. A habit that works even when you are busy. A habit that helps you stay close to English even on days when your energy is low. Because many people think progress comes from big effort, but very often, progress comes from small, repeated contact. 5 minutes while you prepare coffee. 3 minutes while you wait for your food. 2 minutes while you put on your shoes. These moments look small, but when they happen again and again, they change you. They teach your brain that English is not rare. English is normal. English is part of your life now. So in this episode, I'm going to share several simple and powerful ways you can use English during daily activities. These are not complicated methods. They are practical ways, real ways. Ways you can use at home, outside, before work, after work, while moving, while waiting, while doing small everyday tasks. And each way will help you in a different part of fluency. Some ways will help your listening. Some ways will help your speaking. Some ways will help your confidence. And together, they create something very important. They create momentum. Once you feel that English fits into your real life, practice becomes easier to continue. You stop feeling like you always need a special moment. You stop waiting for the right time, and you begin using the time you already have. That is when learning becomes more natural. So stay with me, because the next ideas can really change the way you practice. And if this episode is helping you already, you can give the video a like and keep listening with me. Sometimes one small action helps this kind of calm English practice reach more learners who need it too. Now let's begin with the first daily way. Way number 1. Listen to English during small, routine moments. Many people think listening practice must happen in a quiet room with full concentration, but in real life, that is not always possible. And the good news is that your brain can still learn a lot from relaxed listening during normal activities. Think about the small routine moments in your day. Maybe you are preparing breakfast. Maybe you are cutting vegetables for dinner. Maybe you are organizing your bag for tomorrow. These activities do not require all your mental attention. Your hands are busy, but your ears are free. And that is the perfect moment for English listening. You can play a slow English podcast like this one. You can listen to short dialogues. Or you can play simple English stories. The goal is not to understand every word. The goal is to let English become a familiar sound in your environment. Imagine you are washing dishes. The water is running. Your hands are moving slowly. And in the background, English sentences are flowing. Your brain begins to recognize patterns, common expressions, natural pronunciation. Little by little, English starts to feel less foreign. It begins to feel normal. Let's practice a short listening and shadowing moment together. Listen to this sentence first. Right now, I am doing a small daily activity. Now, repeat after me. Right now, I am doing a small daily activity. Good. Let's try another one. Listen carefully. I can listen to English while I move. Now repeat it. I can listen to English while I move. Excellent. This kind of simple repetition is powerful because it connects English with real movement and real life. Now imagine different moments in your day. Maybe you are watering plants on a balcony. Maybe you are waiting for the microwave to finish heating your food. Maybe you are folding clean clothes and placing them in your closet. All these small moments can become listening moments. And something interesting happens when you do this regularly. Your brain stops seeing English as something rare. Instead, English becomes part of the sound of your life, just like music, just like conversation, just like the sounds of the city or the sounds of your home. And when English becomes normal in your environment, your mind becomes less nervous when you hear it. You feel calmer, more comfortable, more open to speaking. Remember, you don't need to listen for hours. Even 5 or 10 minutes during a small activity can help your brain stay connected to the language. Let's do one more short shadowing line together. Listen first. English can live inside my daily routine. Now repeat it slowly. English can live inside my daily routine. Beautiful. And again, English can live inside my daily routine. Very good. So the first way is very simple. Let English accompany you during small routine activities. Cooking, cleaning, preparing your bag, making tea. Even a few minutes can make a difference. Because each time you listen, your brain becomes a little more familiar with the language. And remember, this gentle reminder, you do not need to understand everything. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to stay close to English, again and again. And that small contact, repeated every day, will slowly build your fluency. Now, let's continue with another powerful way to practice English during your daily activities. Way number 2. Describe what you are doing in simple English. This is a very powerful habit because it turns your normal actions into speaking practice. You don't need a conversation partner. You don't need a classroom. You simply use your voice while you move through your day. At first, this might feel a little strange. Maybe you are alone in your kitchen and you say something in English. It might feel unusual, but remember, language grows through use, not through silence. When you describe your actions, you train your brain to connect English with real life. Let me show you what I mean. Imagine you are preparing breakfast. You take a cup, you pour some coffee, you cut a piece of bread. While you do these actions, you can say simple sentences like this. Listen, I am making my breakfast. Now repeat after me. I am making my breakfast. Very good. Let's try another one. Listen, I am pouring some coffee. Now repeat it. I am pouring some coffee. Excellent. These sentences are simple, but they train something very important. They train your brain to think about your actions in English. And that is a big step toward fluency. Now imagine another moment. Maybe you are cleaning your desk. You move some papers. You organize your notebook. You place your pen next to your computer. During these small actions, you can say something like this. Listen, I am organizing my desk. Now repeat after me. I am organizing my desk. Nice. Or maybe you are walking outside. You feel the air. You see people moving around you. You could say something like this. Listen, I am walking to the store. Now repeat it. I am walking to the store. Very good. Notice that these sentences are short. That is intentional. Short sentences are perfect for building confidence. You don't need long, complicated phrases. Even very simple descriptions help your brain practice real communication. You can do this in many situations. When you open the window in the morning, I am opening the window. When you put your shoes near the door, I am putting on my shoes. When you look for your keys, I am looking for my keys. Each time you speak like this, something small but important happens. Your brain learns that English is not only for lessons. English can describe your real world, your real actions, your real life. And when language connects with real life, it becomes much easier to remember. Let's try one more shadowing sentence together. Listen carefully. My daily actions can become English practice. Now repeat after me. My daily actions can become English practice. Very good. And again, slowly. My daily actions can become English practice. Beautiful. At first, you may only say 1 or 2 sentences during your day. That is perfectly fine. Remember, the goal is not perfection. The goal is frequency. Even 3 or 4 small sentences during your routine help your speaking muscles stay active. And over time, something interesting happens. Your brain begins to automatically form these small English thoughts. You reach for a cup, and the sentence appears naturally. I am taking a cup. You step outside, and your mind says, I am going outside. Little by little, English begins to live inside your daily thoughts. And that is how fluency quietly grows. So remember this second way. Describe your daily actions with simple English sentences. Even a few small sentences help more than you imagine. Because every time you speak, you are training your brain to feel more comfortable with the language. And that comfort is the beginning of real fluency. Now let's continue with another practical way to bring English into your daily routine. Way number 3. Repeat useful sentences during quiet moments. Your day has many small pauses, little spaces between activities. Moments when you are not doing anything important with your mind. For example, maybe you are waiting for water to boil. Maybe you are standing in an elevator. Maybe you are waiting in a line at a store. These moments often feel empty, but they can become powerful English practice moments. Instead of checking your phone immediately, you can repeat a few simple English sentences. Not many, just 2 or 3. And this is where shadowing becomes very helpful. You hear a sentence, then you repeat it. You allow your mouth to move naturally with the rhythm of English. Let's try this together. Listen first. I use small moments to practice English. Now repeat after me. I use small moments to practice English. Very good. Let's try another sentence. Listen carefully. Even 1 minute of practice is valuable. Now repeat it slowly. Even 1 minute of practice is valuable. Excellent. You see how simple that is? You do not need long conversations. You do not need complicated vocabulary. Just a few sentences repeated during small pauses in your day. Let's imagine a few real situations. You are waiting for your coffee in a small cafe. You look around and quietly repeat a sentence in your mind or softly with your voice. I am waiting for my coffee. You are standing near a bus stop. Cars pass by. People walk past you. And you say something like this. I am waiting for the bus. Or maybe you are heating food in the microwave. You hear the quiet sound of the machine working, and during those seconds, you repeat a sentence like this. I am preparing my lunch. These small repetitions train your brain to keep English active. Instead of practicing only 1 time a day, you create many tiny moments of contact. And these moments add up. Let's practice one more shadowing sentence together. Listen first. My English grows in small moments. Now repeat after me. My English grows in small moments. Very good. And again. My English grows in small moments. Excellent. Now here is something important. Some learners feel shy about repeating sentences. They worry about pronunciation. They worry about sounding strange. But remember, practice is a private space for growth. You are not performing for anyone. You are simply training your voice and your brain. Even professional musicians repeat small pieces again and again. Athletes repeat movements again and again. Language learning works in a similar way. Repetition creates familiarity, and familiarity creates confidence. Now, before we continue, I want to ask you something simple. Which of these daily ways feels easiest for you so far? Listening during small activities? Describing what you are doing? Or repeating sentences during quiet moments? If you like, you can write a short comment and tell me which one feels most natural for you. It's always interesting to hear how different learners practice English in their daily lives. And if you stay with me until the end of this episode of Daily English Whisper, I will also share one final way that can turn many tiny habits in your day into powerful English practice. Because sometimes the smallest habits are the ones that change everything. Now let's move to the final main way to practice English through your everyday activities. This one is very powerful because it connects English directly with your real life. Way number 4, bring English into your personal environment. This means allowing English to exist around you during normal parts of your day. Not only during a lesson, not only during a podcast, but inside your personal space, your phone, your notes, your thoughts, your small daily decisions. When English becomes part of your environment, your brain meets the language again and again without effort. And when this happens, learning feels lighter, more natural. Let's explore some very small habits that can help you do this. These are simple actions. They take only a few minutes, but they can quietly increase the amount of English in your life. One small habit is changing the language on your phone. At first, this might feel strange. You open your phone and suddenly everything is in English. Settings, messages, calendar, but most phone words are simple. After a few days, your brain becomes familiar with them. Words like notifications, battery, camera, and settings start to feel normal. Without studying, you are learning vocabulary that you see many times every day. Another small habit is writing very short notes in English. For example, imagine you need to remember something for tomorrow. Maybe you write a message to yourself like this: buy fruit after work, or call Maria tonight. These sentences are simple, but they connect English to real actions in your life. Your brain understands that English is useful. Let's practice a short shadowing sentence related to this idea. Listen, I can bring English into my daily environment. Now repeat after me. I can bring English into my daily environment. Very good. Let's try another one. Listen carefully. English can live around me every day. Now repeat it. English can live around me every day. Excellent. Another very helpful micro-habit is recording short voice notes. This is a wonderful way to practice speaking without pressure. Maybe you finish your day and you record a message on your phone. Just 1 minute. You say something like this: today I had a busy day. I worked in the morning and later I went to the store. It does not need to be perfect. You are simply allowing your voice to express ideas in English. Over time, these small recordings become easier. Your thoughts begin to flow more naturally, and your confidence slowly grows. One more simple habit is using short videos or short audio and repeating sentences. For example, you hear a sentence like, "I'm getting ready for the day." You pause. Then you repeat the sentence once or twice. This is shadowing in a very natural environment, and you can do this almost anywhere. While sitting on a bench, while waiting for your laundry, while resting after a long walk. Let's practice one more sentence together. Listen first. English is becoming part of my daily life. Now repeat after me. English is becoming part of my daily life. Beautiful. And again, English is becoming part of my daily life. Very good. These micro habits may seem very small, but when they appear many times during your day, something powerful begins to happen. English stops feeling like a distant subject. It becomes something familiar, something present, something alive in your environment. And this quiet familiarity is one of the strongest foundations for fluency. Now, let's continue expanding this final idea. We talked about bringing English into your environment, but this last way becomes even more powerful when you connect English with very small daily habits. Habits that take only 1 or 2 minutes. Habits that fit easily into a busy life. Because many learners think practice must be long, but in reality, tiny habits repeated every day can change your relationship with English. Let's explore a few more of these small actions. One helpful micro habit is thinking short thoughts in English during routine moments. This is different from speaking out loud. This is simply allowing your mind to form small English sentences during your day. For example, imagine you open the refrigerator. You look at the food inside. Maybe your mind can say something simple like this. Listen, I need to buy more milk. Now repeat after me. I need to buy more milk. Good. Or imagine you step outside in the morning and feel cool air. Your mind could say something like, it's a little cold today. Now repeat it. It's a little cold today. Very good. These thoughts are small, but they create an important change. They teach your brain that English can exist inside your normal thinking. Another helpful micro-habit is describing your surroundings when you are outside. For example, imagine you are walking through a park. You see trees, you see people walking dogs, you hear birds or traffic. You could quietly say something like this. Listen, I see many people walking. Now repeat after me. I see many people walking. Nice. Or maybe you notice the sky. You could say, the sky looks very clear today. Now repeat it. The sky looks very clear today. Excellent. This kind of observation practice is powerful because it connects English with your senses. What you see, what you hear, what you feel. Another small habit is ending your day with 3 simple English sentences. This takes only a minute or two. Before sleeping, you can think or say something about your day. For example, today was a busy day. I finished my work. I talked with a friend. These sentences are simple, but they help your brain review the day using English. And repetition like this helps new words stay longer in your memory. Let's try one more shadowing sentence together. Listen first. My daily habits are building my English. Now repeat after me. My daily habits are building my English. Very good. And again, slowly. My daily habits are building my English. Beautiful. Now imagine your day filled with these small habits. A few English thoughts in the morning. A short listening moment while preparing food. a simple sentence while walking somewhere, a short reflection before sleep. None of these actions are difficult. None of them require a special environment. But together, they create something powerful. They create daily contact with English. And daily contact is the secret that many successful learners share. They do not wait for perfect study time. They simply allow English to appear again and again during normal life. And slowly, English stops feeling like something separate. It becomes part of the rhythm of their day. Now we are arriving at the end of this episode together. Let's take a moment to remember the main idea from today. The title of this episode was Everyday English Activities Listening and Shadowing for Real-Life Fluency. And the message behind this idea is very simple. English does not need to live only inside lessons. English can live inside your daily routine, inside the small moments that already exist in your day, while you cook, while you walk, while you organize your desk, while you wait for something. These moments are everywhere, and each one can become a small opportunity to connect with English. Today we talked about several ways to do this. Listening during simple activities, describing your actions with short sentences, repeating useful phrases during quiet moments, and bringing English into your personal environment with small habits. When these actions happen again and again, something begins to change. English stops feeling like a difficult subject. It begins to feel familiar. It becomes part of your daily rhythm. And now I want to give you a small secret sentence to remember from this episode. A simple idea you can carry with you. Listen carefully. Turn daily moments into English moments. Now repeat after me. Turn daily moments into English moments. Very good. Let's say it one more time. Turn daily moments into English moments. Beautiful. This sentence captures the heart of real-life fluency. You don't need to change your life. You only need to change how you use small moments. For example, instead of writing your to-do list in your native language, you could write something simple in English. Buy groceries. Send email. Call my friend. Instead of greeting yourself in your usual language in the morning, you might quietly say, "Good morning. Today will be a good day." Instead of watching 10 minutes of random videos before sleep, you might listen to a few minutes of slow English. These small choices slowly reshape your environment. And over time, something important happens. You stop feeling like a person studying English. You begin to feel like a person living with English. English becomes part of who you are, part of how you think, part of how you express small ideas during the day, and that is where real confidence begins. Not from perfection, but from familiarity, from many small moments of contact with the language. So if you listened and practiced with me today, I want to say something very honestly. I'm proud of you. Learning a language takes patience. It takes courage. And every small effort matters more than you may realize. If you enjoyed this calm practice together, you can subscribe and continue learning with us here at Daily English Whisper. There will always be new episodes where we practice listening, shadowing, and natural English step by step. And I'll be right here with you. My name is Max. Thank you for sharing this quiet learning moment with me. Keep practicing, keep listening, and I'll see you again very soon in the next episode of Daily English Whisper.